Welcome to the Moment of Truth video series, presented by Alec, Robinette, and Elemental Financial, where we're going to explore people's stories of moments in time when they decided to take action to make a change in their life, to live life a little more fully. What is your moment of truth? This is Alec, Robinette with Elemental Financial, and we are back with the Moment of Truth video series. And with me today, I have my main man.
Word up.
And first, I just always want to preface what we're doing here with the Moment of Truth video series and exploring people's stories.
Okay.
And pulling out a time in your life where you had a moment of clarity and life changed, things transitioned. And I like to look at it as, for living life a little more fully, mm-hmm. and making those things kind of pile up, and then make a decision and move forward in a different direction.
Okay.
So, main man, can you tell us the time you had a moment of truth?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me on your show. I think this is so dope that you got a show named after one of the greatest duos of all time. My favorite DJ, M.A.D.E, and Gifted Unlimited Rhymes Universal, which I actually was able to be on stage with them back in the Step in the Arena days. So I think it's real dope, man, that you named this whole series after that.
Yeah.
That song and the album, man. Moment of Truth was one of the greatest compilations of music put together in a long time, man. So thank you. But as far as my moment of truth, I've always felt different. Not that I felt better than people, but my whole life I always felt like I was different. Like I always noticed how people were like followers and just did what they were told to do, and I was never like that. And so I can't remember the exact moment, but I know all my life since I was very small that I was not the same as everybody else. Like the teacher, even in middle school, would give me a test. I would give the teachers a test. You're gonna test me, I'm gonna test you. Even like the stuff they were teaching in school, they would say something about, Christopher Columbus, and I would challenge them because my father never lied to me. He always gave me the truth. And so I would ask them, like, is that really true what you're saying? And most of the time they would be like, well, we can't go against the curriculum, But I was always one to challenge, what people consider to be the norm, I never practiced religions or like especially holidays with my kids. I always told them the truth. It was always my idea to not lie to my kids. So no Santa Claus, no Easter bunnies, no Halloween, because when you look and find out what those things really mean, people just follow those rituals because everybody does it, So everybody was jumping off of a bridge. Would you do that too? So it's really tough for me to say, when my real moment of truth was, because I learned how to play chess at a very young age, and I apply a lot of strategy to everything that I do since I was 8. So one of the biggest moments of truth for me, though, was when my firstborn was born. That did definitely change my life. Because I wasn't just living for myself. I was very reckless then. I was hustling, and I was on a path of destruction. And so she made me focus and really want to live life to the fullest when she was born. Yeah. So that was a big moment for me.
Yeah. I feel that my oldest set me down a different path as well. Very thankful for that gift.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back to, I think we all have our own truths.
Right.
I appreciate you sharing, where, what you brought up in terms of maybe what we accept as the norm, and
right.
You asking those deeper questions to then, put your own truth and philosophy in your life as well as your loved ones. Can you tell me as far as what you're doing currently and kind of how that transpired?
Currently, I'm a poet. I'm what you would call an uncomfortable poet because my poetry is full of truth. You know, if I could spit poetry in numbers, I would, because numbers never lie. So, you know, 1 + 1 always equal 2. And I feel that my words are powerful. And so I can either use my power for good or for evil. So I try to use my words to, at the very least, start dialogue or to change someone's mind state or to make a difference in people who I reach and touch. So I started this poetry journey. I mean, previous to this, I was an MC. And so being an MC and a poet is not very different. You know, poetry, you're the instrument, you're everything. Whereas an MC, you can lean on the instrumental, lean on the track. You can chop it up and do all this. But when you're a poet, you're everything, you know? And so I think it's even more critical for me to be as truthful as possible because a lot of MCs, they talk about things that they don't have or things that they ain't really built made to do, but they do it braggadociously, you know what I mean? Just to try to or make it until they fake it, you know, type deal. So I was never that kind of guy to try to make it till I fake, because if you make it till you fake it, when you make it, then you fake, you know what I mean? So I was always one to feel like I was cut from a different cloth, to keep it real as possible, to say things that would, you know, bring goodness and happiness to the universe. So transitioning to poetry, I stayed in that same lane. Like I really wanted to say things that would make a difference in people, you know, not just for therapy for me, but maybe it could help someone in the crowd who was listening. And so I've been traveling, part of Word Society, a bunch of dope poets. We go around, we just did a show in DC not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago. We're looking to travel some more. But yeah, we just go around and spread these bars on people, man, and get them to think differently. Like, you know, like, wow, like, you know, because when I first was introduced to poetry, I was thinking like Shakespeare, and to be or not to be, or I thought that was poetry, you know. And a guy named M.A.D.E, who he worked at the college that I went to, he was like, yo, man, I'm a poet. He was always practicing. And I was like, what are you doing, man? You're an MC? He's like, no, I'm a poet. So he took me to a poetry show, and it just blew my mind. It was just like, this is ill. Like, this is poetry? Like, this is crazy. And so I didn't realize that you could be that real with it. I always thought that it was so scholastic that you had to keep poetry, you know, like the way the school teaches you poetry with prose and stanzas, and it was all structured and all that kind of thing. But actually, poetry is the most freest form. It's like an art form. It's like a picture. You can paint a picture of anything. You can sculpt anything. So it's the art form of words. And it's giving me a lot of freedom. You know what I mean? So, and again, I try to stay as true and real with it as possible so that people can't never say, oh, Main Man was lying, or Main Man was not this or that on that, you know, on that piece of art.
Yeah. Well, I am getting to know you, and I'll say I really appreciate your bars, your poetry.
Yeah, thank you.
And just being real. I don't know at what point, you know, over the last couple months as I've gotten to know you, for me, he reminds me of Sean Price.
Yes.
And I say that, and some people may not know who Sean Price is.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Sean P. Ruck from Helter Skelter.
Word.
And I might get emotional because for whatever reason he gets me emotional.
Yeah.
There's plenty of MCs, rappers, artists, poets that I've enjoyed over the day, but there's something about his presence, his character, and always being him,
right,
that made me really gravitate to not only his rap, his bars, but also when he started getting into doing the video and his sense of humor. So one, I want to let you know that you know I appreciate you being.
I feel like
you are, and yeah.
I feel like that's a great representation for me, because I am the kind of dude who will joke with you and have a good time, but in the same breath, I'll probably punch you in your mouth if you say something stupid. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you know, it's a dynamic there. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. You just, I'm fun and loving, but when it's time to get real, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's good. That's good. What? So you were just talking about the program that you're doing, M.A.D.E.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
On that.
Yeah. Well, it's been like 25 years in the making. I used to do a program called the Neighborhood Youth Leadership. That was the original program that it was based off of. Back when I was in college, it was like I had to do it for like volunteer. I had to do like a volunteer type program, and I set it up as a mock program, and it actually became a real program. So I set it up in college, and my professor, her sister, was actually looking to start a nonprofit, and so she introduced the program that I had written up to her, and me and her got together, started the program, and then after that, it just kind of grew into this thing now, which is called the M.A.D.E. program, which is making a difference every day. What I want to do is just make a difference in my life and also the lives of people around me, specifically at-risk teens and young adults. What I try to do is teach them entrepreneurship. I try to teach them self-determination. I don't want them looking for a handout. They have everything they need inside them to make their dreams come true. And so I try to just empower them to, make a plan their work their plan, go out and get it. Like, don't wait for someone to knock on your door and give it to you. Just go out there and grab it. Because they got so many resources now that we didn't have when we were younger. They got the internet. Like, you can literally go on the internet and get any information. If I had YouTube and Google when I would have never went to college. You can learn how to do anything on the internet now, So they have these tools to really go out there and start a business or make money or learn a trade or do anything they want to do at the tip of their fingertips with these cell phones and pads and computers. So I just want to just spark something in them to change the future, because the immortal words of Randy Watson, I believe the children are the future. Mm-hmm. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they can possess inside. Give them the strength of power to make it easier. Randy Watson. Yeah, man. I'm goofy like that, man. But for real, I really want to empower the future, man, of my community. I want to change the community for the better. I want to make these kids realize how much power they really have, man, because they do. Yeah.
I love it. So that's M.A.D.E., making a difference
every day. Yeah.
M.A.D.E. man, where can the audience find you?
I'll be in my skin. When I jump out, you jump in. You can find me in these streets. I'm not really a social media guy. I don't be on Instagram and all that, but I do have a Facebook. So just M.A.D.E. man, everything, M-A-I-N, you can search for me and see this ugly mug somewhere. Boom, give me a hug, son. Give me a pound. You know what I mean? Give me a business card. Let's get together, link up, and make some things happen, man. Let's shake up the world. Word up. That's what I do.
And yeah, these moments are true sometimes for some of us. They're moments every day, just following your truth.
Facts.
No matter what we face, we always face the moment of truth. Thank you, man.
My man.
Peace out.
Peace.
No matter what we face, we all must face the moment of truth.